Hey, Daniel, I know was it Petty and Jones, the Alabama guys you were with last summer at the Nike deal?
Yeah, it was John Petty, Herbert, and the guy that committed there too, like at the camp, the 17-year-old, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
How well did you get to know those guys, and have you stayed in touch at all? Just wonder what you thought about playing them after being with them last summer.
I know him, a little bit. I don't know him that much. I mean, we talked a lot when we were at the camp. We had some jokes here, some jokes there. We laughed a lot. I mean, I was good friends with him up there at the camp. I mean, those guys, they like the game of basketball just like I do, and that's something that we have in common. So that's basically, that part.
You looking forward to playing against them? Or?
Yeah, I am. I mean, it's gonna be it's gonna be real great with the competition with those guys. I mean, they're great players. They come in and take care of business just like we come in and take care of business. So we just gotta come out and play ball.
In your season, you've obviously had a lot of eyes on you, whether it's fans or NBA scouts. You've had a lot of attention from opposing teams. Just what's the season been like, based on your expectations, and then what the reality's been?
I mean, I expected us to, have at least, a better season than what we had. I wasn't expecting us to go on that, that 6-game losing streak, but, things happen, and sometimes it happens for a reason. So, I mean, it basically helped us get our mentality, just to come back to the reality part. We just had to learn how to play basketball and just be able to, not try to go take the game, let the game come to us. Because, we tried to go do a lot of things that we couldn't do in the game, and, it did play in our favor for most of the games down the stretch.
But as far as your season individually, you obviously have really good stats, and you've been very productive in most games, had a few rough ones. But what's the season been like for you, having all this scrutiny and all the defensive attention and being at the top of the scouting report for every game and all that stuff?
I mean, I really don't pay attention when it comes to, eyes on me and stuff. I just come out and play basketball. I mean, I do everything it takes to help the team get a win. I don't really, focus on, my personal stats at all that much. Yeah, I just come out and play basketball and do what it takes to help my team get the win at the end of the day.
Just Dan, you guys riding that 2-game winning streak right now. How important is tomorrow to end the regular season on the right foot for you guys?
It's very important. I mean, we got to come out and we got to go ahead and just, do what we have to do to get this last win. I mean, because, we need it. As basically everybody can see, I mean, we just can't come out and just let this slip through our fingers. We got to come out and take it.
Get back to your season. I understand, focus on individual stats, but how do you think you've played overall? What areas do you think you've improved in? How do you think your games, progressed?
I think I've played decent throughout the season. I mean, I could have done better in majority of the games that we've played. I didn't show up most of the games that, we lost, and that basically, put us in a bad situation. So, I mean, it's just that, I done improved in a lot of areas. I've got my body bigger. I mean, I want to say the highest I got in weight was like 233 last year, 235, and now I'm up in 240, 242 right now. And, I've improved my body. I've improved, basically trying to gain confidence in my jump shot. I mean, I've only shot a couple this year, and I think I've only made like 2. So I'm just trying to, gain my confidence with my jump shot. I'm trying to, become more of a player that doesn't just have his back to the basket. So that's basically it on that one.
You hit that jumper the other day against Ole Miss. And Scotty, he not Scotty Thorne, Scotty Borland. I think he charged every game. I think he said that was your first jumper since the Texas game in the opener. Do you take more in practice, or is there a reason you haven't taken that shot more often?
I mean, it's just, the shots that I always get are always close to the basket, so I never really pay attention to, trying to go out and shoot jumpers. But now, since, we, try to space the floor out a lot, I mean, there's going to be times where I got to come out and at least knock at least one jumper down. So it happened against Ole Miss, and, I just, gained my confidence, squared my feet, and shot it, and I knocked it down. I mean, I had real high confidence the first time I ever shot a jump shot, I want to say this season, and actually made one, and that was against Indiana. And, I mean, it's just, it never happened again after that, but, I've been working on it a lot.
And I know you don't take threes or haven't taken any, but the teams, the last 3 games, I think, is like shooting 54% from threes. And Desi said 7 out of 10. What have you thought about the 3-point shooting? How does that help you, maybe with people not being able to collapse on you? And what have you thought about Desi's 3-point shooting?
I mean, it helps us a lot. I mean, just to go down like certain stretches to where we can have runs where guys are hitting down threes consecutively. I mean, it's a thing of beauty because, I mean, you know, they hit those shots, you know, it takes attention off of me, and then, you know, when they are not in the position to hit one of those shots, it just comes into me, and I just have to go to work also. And with Desi, with him, you know, Desi's a hard worker, basically one of the hardest working guys on this team. I mean, every day, even on off days, you might see him in the gym working out, getting jump shots in and stuff. And I mean, you know, his mindset is in the right spot to where it can take him a long way with the game of basketball because, you know, he has a hard-working mindset and he just doesn't stop. He doesn't quit.
You know, this is traditionally senior night, but you guys don't have any seniors. Well, what's it been like? I mean, I know you're a team leader, team captain. What's it been like not having any seniors, and is it kind of weird not having any seniors, you know, to have a pregame ceremony for?
I mean, it's going to be weird because I've never been in a senior night to where we don't have any seniors. So, I mean, it's basically going to be a regular game for us, to be honest. We're just going to come out, warm up. You know, we're not going to have the ceremony or anything, so we're just going to come out and have that extra time for warm-ups, to be honest. So, I mean, but yeah, it is weird. It's going to be something new, I'm pretty sure, for all of us, to be honest. But, I mean, we just got to come out and we just got to play through that.
Well, what's the confidence level of you guys right now after these? Really going back to the Kentucky game when you played real well there too. What's the confidence level like compared to where it was during that losing streak?
I mean, our confidence level is back to where it needs to be. You know, after we, you know, gave up a couple here at home, I mean, we had to get our confidence level back then, and we got our confidence back now. I mean, just coming off this 2-winning streak, but main thing we can't do is get too happy with the 2 wins that we have. We got to go further. We got to take it to another level.
From high school to college here for 2 years, what have you gained? What experience? Can you tell us about your 2 years here at Arkansas?
I've gained, you know, a lot. I mean, it's been, you know, situations where it may seem like I'm not coachable, and I see that, and I have to fix that on my own. It's just, you know, it's a level of maturing that you have to do when it comes to being in college because, you know, nobody's going to take your crap. And you just have to come out. You have to say yes, sir, no, sir. You have to do everything, you know, the coach says. You can't, you know, have a say-so in it. And that just takes maturing and, you know, being able to be coachable because, you know, you can't have that going on, especially on a team like this with Coach Anderson.
I guess I hadn't seen that from you, but, you know, we're way up high, so I might miss things. I mean, when you say you're not coachable, do you mean like in games maybe you don't do what they tell you to do, or in practice? Or I guess I've never heard you talk about that.
You know, they think, like, when it comes to them telling me something, I try to, you know, say something afterwards, and they try to think I'm rationalizing and stuff. And it might just, you know, get to where, like, my temper flares or something, and I just got to, you know, keep control of that because that's something, you know, as being a leader on this team, that's something I can't show to the young guys. I can't have them seeing that, oh, Daniel is doing this with the coach, then maybe I can do this. No. I mean, it's just, you know, a level of discipline you got to have when it comes to, you know, being a leader on the team also because, you know, the coach is going to say what the coaches say, whether he's right or wrong. So you just got to go by what he says. You just can't have anything to say about it. Just yes, sir, and no, sir.
Do you feel like you've progressed in that area?
Yeah, I've progressed a lot. I mean, there's been times where, you know, I've said some things that I should never said after the coach said what he said. And, you know, I regret that because, you know, it takes me out of my game also.
All great players are hard on themselves because that's how they become great. Are you a little too hard on yourself? And then on the flip side of you being what you just said you were also a guy in the huddle that gets guys up. So the difference in that as well as, you know, being hard on yourself.
I mean, when it comes to that, you know, I understand what players, like my teammates, I understand what, you know, they're doing because I done did it before. I done did it multiple times. You know, they get on to themselves because they don't make the right play or they make a bad play. You know, you always got to help them keep their head up because, I mean, having your head down and being hard on yourself, sometimes that can take you out of your game, and you might not be able to do the things that you want to do in the game after that. So basically, when it comes to that situation, all you got to do is, you know, give them a pat on their back, pull them to the side, you know, give them some motivational words or something to get their heads back up because holding your head down, I mean, you can't see what's in front of you. You're just seeing what's up under you.